fun, Faith, throw in some golf, and it was just an ideal weekend.
It was.
All of the above.
Yes.
I got to relax.
Nice.
Yes. Okay, so we were really mellow. Jim had gone to the Masters on Monday with some friends, one of the practice rounds.
Nice.
But you got a last minute invite, so I can't wait to hear about that. But we were.
How was your Easter?
It was, well, Caroline is living her best life with some friends in Turks and Caicos. So it was just me, Jim, and Kate, and we went to church. Peachtree Press. Thank you, Michelle Lee, for taking that picture. We ran into them.
Nice.
And that's our front yard. I go, Kate, get in here. Our azaleas, it looks so pretty. So, oh my God, and I made her take a picture with Easter Bunny, who she's taken pictures with since they were little.
That's so cute.
That throwback popped up from 8 years ago. And then we finished watching the Masters at Fetch.
Nice.
The dog park. And Uno had the best time.
You have been raving. This is not sponsored by Fetch, but you have been raving about Fetch.
I know.
Nice.
Well, listen, you've got big screens on a beautiful day. Your dog is having all the time, the best time in the world. We got ourselves a beer watching the rest of the Masters, so it was great.
That's really fun.
Sorry, I'm raspy. I'm still a little bit. I don't know if it's these. I never thought I had allergies, but I guess I do.
I have. Georgia has given me many things, and one of them has been seasonal allergies.
Seasonal allergies.
Thank you for that.
But lots of other joyful things Georgia's given.
I'd trade it for all the pretty flowers.
Yes.
It's fine.
Okay, tell me.
Okay,
Last minute.
we went to. I love sports. We went to like 2-3 Braves games. I'm not even sure. I lost count. We're going to get it together. Y'all, don't worry. The Braves are just had a few minor injuries.
Finding their
We're going to
way.
be fine, yes. And then yesterday, so this is so kind. A patient of Lee's gave him Masters tickets last minute. So we went.
I'm so happy for y'all. You need to get out and about.
I know. I feel terrible, though, because I was telling Christine, I'm just going to admit it right here on television. We watched our children find their Easter eggs on our ring cam.
That's fine. That happens. You have enjoyed many Easters with them, and you don't get a chance to.
They're really in their prime, sweet young years, and we ditched them for the Masters. But I will say, I've never been to a golf tournament before. Lee has been before, but not to this day. Yes, it was so. Just pretty. The weather was beautiful, and we saw Rom take the lead. And we did leave at a reasonable time so we could put our children to bed. We're not monsters.
No,
but
what about, since this is Easter Monday, at least according to my calendar?
Yes.
Do another little egg hunt today.
Okay, all right.
Just a thought. Just a thought. But I'm happy
she's around.
I'm happy for you that you got out and enjoyed.
Thank you.
I mean, not many people get a chance to with the way the tickets are and everything.
It was really, really kind and nice, and yeah, we had a great time. It was fun. All right, should we get into some It's All Good stories?
Let's do it.
All right, this first one, I guess it's kind of in the eye of the beholder, but it's pretty good, especially if you're looking to save a little cash, because here's what Sarah and Brandon did. They decided to sell their home and buy a houseboat.
Ooh, fun.
Now, they bought the houseboat for $23,000. They said that nets them about $27,000 a year. But most importantly, Sarah says it is just so great for her mental and physical well-being.
How peaceful. I like that. Peacefully unplugged.
Yes, I'm going to bring that up again in just a second. But look at, this is a very nice houseboat.
I love this setup. Look
and
at
they are just living their best lives. They have lived there for 2 years. She's documenting it on Twitter, as you see. But she says, it's just affordable. It's sustainable. Would you ever pack up and move on a houseboat?
I mean,
nice.
when we're retired, it looks amazing. I will say, years ago, Jim purchased at one of my LLS events this wonderful opportunity to be on like a small yacht, shall we say.
Okay, sure.
And it was so amazing. It's the best night's sleep. And believe me, it wasn't like this, our cabin was so palatial, but it was like so comfortable, cozy, the rocking of the water, of the way of the boat on the water. Oh, I loved it.
What you're saying is you were meant to live on a yacht.
I think so.
I think that's where you belong.
That's where I was
going with
on a yacht.
I love it. I don't know if I have like the sea legs for that.
Yeah.
But I love the water, obviously, but that's really neat. You can follow them on Twitter if you'd like.
Yes.
Now, I do love how you said too, peacefully unplugged, and it says there on your screen, because that, I forgot to mention, was my favorite part of the whole Masters experience. I know I should probably say the tradition and the golf, but nobody is allowed to have their phones.
I know. It's so nice.
I kept saying to Lee I'm like, look at this. As a big moment was happening, everybody was paying attention to the big shot or putt or whatever it was. that was going on. Nobody was looking at their phones.
Right.
Nobody was videoing anything. It's like you go to a concert or anything these days, everybody has their phones up. And I know I sound like an old fuddy-duddy, but that is just how I feel.
I totally agree. Jim wasn't getting back to me, and I'm like, oh, right, I forgot. He's unplugged at the Met.
Sometimes it's okay
it is.
to have your
I love that.
phone. Okay, this next story, I love this so much. It's about an orthopedic surgeon in Chicago at the Children's Shriners Hospital. And here's what she does. Now, she puts a lot of casts on broken bones, but she makes it a little fun for the kids in the process. Okay, now her name is Dr. Felicity Fishman, and look what she designs.
Excuse me.
Can you believe she says it's an all-staff project. Her nurses are in on it, everybody, but she actually draws the designs, and then they all kind of collaborate. There's Frozen and SpongeBob. But how neat, she said.
Oh, look how cute.
You know, a lot of times when you get, I mean, having a cast, if you're going to have a broken bone, is pretty cool when you're little. But she said, when, you know, normally when kids get their cast taken off, they just throw it away.
Right.
It's stinky, quite frankly.
No kidding. Right.
And so she said now they kind of preserve them. They've had some framed. She said kids are really wanting to keep their casts because they're truly works of art.
They really are. Okay, I've tried to just sign casts, and they're not easy to do.
Right,
much less have, like, you know, Anna and Elsa masterpiece and SpongeBob. That's
I know. I love how she's. It's frankly a little annoying that she's an orthopedic surgeon and an artiste.
A talented artist. Yes.
I mean, come on.
know.
Well, I mean, there's only so much talent to go around. Share some with us, Dr. Fishman.
Exactly. Thank you, Kara Kinnear.
Thank you. It was great
Happy
to see
Monday
you.
to you.
Happy
and don't
Monday.
worry, there's plenty of time for Easter eggs. Okay, do you have an It's All Good story, guys? Do me a big favor. Scan that QR code you see right there. That takes us to AtlantaandCompany.com, and share the love to be featured. We love positive.